I'm now joined by Jim Bridenstein, NASA Administrator. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
How important is it that IAC is in DC this year?
Well, I think it's a very unique opportunity for the United States of America to showcase itself as we are now going forward to the moon. We're going with commercial partners, with international partners, and I think that's the key thing, the international partnerships. The President gave us Space Policy Directive 1, and he said go sustainably to the moon. In other words, stay and go with commercial partners and international partners. Well, here we have international partners from all over the world, and we have the opportunity to share with them our vision for going to the moon sustainably and to utilize the resources of the moon to learn how to live and work for long periods of time, and then take all of that knowledge and replicate those technologies at Mars. Remember, we're going from the moon to Mars, and it's a very exciting time, and we are bringing together all of our international partners here at the IAC.
I think of 2024 as being around the corner, but what's up next, really up next for NASA?
It is around the corner. I will tell you, going to the moon is not easy. We've been given a mandate that is a big challenge, but I think in fact, I know we are up for it. So we're going to the moon, we're going sustainably. Here's the other thing, we're going to go with women. We go back to the Apollo era, which was not a sustainable program. We love Apollo, but it wasn't sustainable. This time when we go, our astronauts we have fighter pilots and test pilots, but unlike the 1960s, fighter pilots and test pilots today include women, so we're very excited about this time when we go to the moon. We get to go with all of America with a very diverse, highly qualified astronaut corps that includes women. And we're calling the program Artemis, as a matter of fact. Artemis in Greek mythology is the twin sister of Apollo. So I think that's just a fantastic, and she is the goddess of the moon. So this time we go to the moon, we go under the name Artemis, and that is the flag that we take this time. It's not Apollo, it's Artemis. She's the twin sister of Apollo. And of course we have this astronaut corps that includes women. So it's a very exciting time. Our international partners are exciting. They get to be here in Washington, D.C., see it firsthand, and have a lot of interaction and meetings about how all of us can achieve this together.
Great. What excites you other than that? You're very excited about that, clearly, but what else excites you about the near future for NASA?
So we have to remember, why are we going to the moon? We have to learn how to live and work on another world for long periods of time with a purpose. What is that purpose? We want to go to Mars. When we think about Mars, Earth and Mars are on the same side of the sun once every 26 months. That means when we go to Mars, we have to be willing to stay. The proving ground is the moon. How do we use the water ice? Hundreds of millions of tons of water ice on the moon. How do we use it for life support, air to breathe, water to drink, but also rocket fuel? Hydrogen is rocket fuel, and it's very abundant on the south pole of the moon. So how do we take all of that knowledge and then go to Mars? And remember, we go to Mars, we have to be willing to stay. But here's why that's important. Imagine this. In the last year, we have discovered that there's liquid water 12 kilometers under the surface of Mars. What do we know about liquid water on Earth? Wherever it exists, there's life. Is that true on Mars? We don't know, but we should go find out. We know that there's complex organic compounds on Mars, which those are, in essence, the building blocks of life. We don't know if life is there or not, but with organic compounds, the idea that it could be there, the probability of finding it just went up again.
Right.
And then, of course, the methane cycles on Mars are commensurate with the seasons of Mars, which means that the probability of finding life went up even more. So I don't know that it's there. As the NASA administrator, I'm not going to predict. We're going to follow the science. But I think when we go to the moon, we do it with a purpose. We know that there's no life on the moon. We know that there's no complex organic compounds on the moon. But we also know that they're all over Mars, and we need to get to Mars. So the moon is the proving ground, Mars is the destination, a lot of really exciting things. NASA's budgets are going up. We have strong bipartisan support, and we have strong international support. So I think we can do this. I think it's an area of diplomacy for the United States of America, and it unites the world.
Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us.
Absolutely.
I know you've got a busy schedule, so we'll let you carry on. Thank you again.
Thank you.